Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm back with another My Experience. And today we're going to talk about my second job after KFC. I worked at Target, okay? And actually, this was interesting because while I was at KFC, I was still in high school. But by the time I started working at Target, I was more or less done with high school because I ended up getting my GED. So I was done probably about a semester before I would have been had I, graduating and walked the stage and all that stuff. But anyway, Target was a cool change of pace from being at KFC. You go from, or I went from fast food to retail, a whole lot of other aspects. This is also the first job I had to where you kind of felt like, hey, I'm probably doing a little bit more than what my pay grade or pay scale would say that I should be doing. It's the first job I had to where I was doing multiple multiple shit. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell you can get all this stuff done while trying to take care of other responsibilities. For those of you who have worked at Target, because I was a cart attendant when I was there. So for those of you that have been cart attendants at Target, you probably know what I'm talking about, unless they've changed the way they've done stuff. But I something tells me they haven't. Anyway, like I said, I was a cart attendant, and when I was there, my responsibilities were, obviously getting carts throughout the parking lot, cleaning the restrooms, and getting on the register. But I also had to go through the aisles and, just get merchandise that customers were basically too lazy to put back to, where they belong. So it doesn't sound like much. The problem comes when it gets busy in the store and you have a ton of customers, going every which way. You have a lot of customers in line trying to check out, plus carts are all over the parking lot because customers are coming in, coming out. They ain't putting carts back in the corrals or whatever the hell they're called. So now, oh, and keep in mind your team lead, your shift lead, or your supervisor, they want you to get everything done, like everything. They want all the stuff, in the aisles that isn't where it's supposed to be. They want those put back. They want all the carts in the parking lot back in the corrals. And most Targets I've been to have pretty large parking lots. Every so often you get lucky, you have a medium sized parking lot. But the one that I was in Georgia, it rivaled Walmart as far as like the actual size of the parking lot. So you got to cover a lot of space because those carts, like most of you don't have to work at Walmart or Target to know carts will be so far gone that they would be out of the parking lot somewhere else down the street. We had to get those too. Um, and then you add in the fact that they want you to come in and help with the register, you know, because obviously if the registers are backed up with customers, then you're going to take a good number of customers yourself, you know, and that can take a little while. Oh, did I mention you have 30-minute increments to where you have to completely clean the restrooms? So you clean the men's and women's, and cleaning the women's restroom can be a hell of a time because, in my experience, those women, man, they stay up in there. I'm like, man, what are y'all doing, man? Like, y'all ain't shitting that much. I guess women on average have more diarrhea than men. I don't know. Either that or y'all just doing y'all makeup in there. But that killed me on so many, like, that got me in trouble on so many days. Because I'm over here waiting to do the women's restroom, to clean up God knows what. And my supervisor's getting at me talking about, oh, all the carts still aren't in, or, we need you on the register. Okay, well, if I get on the register and more people keep coming in and out, then y'all gonna be crying about the bathrooms, or the women's bathroom looks bad. So it was one of those things where it's like, okay, you're doing a whole lot of, or what becomes a whole lot of stuff for, what they're paying you for. Like, and I think at that time I was making like $9 or $9.25 or something like that. So I was only making like $2 more than what I did when I was at KFC. So Though, I mean, the main silver lining with this was I got paid $1 more. So for me at that time was like, or I'm sorry, $2 more. So for me at that time, that was a big deal. Oh, and she wasn't my supervisor, but I guess how Target has a customer service desk or whatever. I guess she was either a customer service associate or she was a manager over customer service. Something having to do with the front end. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, bro, I don't know if I would say she was fine, but that girl was cute. She's like this light skinned girl, and she was short. Like at the time, I'm like, I think I was 17. She was like 25, 26, 27, so somewhere like mid 20s. But the guys, because we had another guy that worked at Starbucks, and then there was a third guy that worked in I forget where the third guy worked, but it was mainly us three, and we talk about, how one of us, well, I shouldn't say that. I would talk about how one of them should go and holler at her, and guys always talk about, I got that mouthpiece and I can spit game and all this stuff. But you learn who has the real mouthpieces and who can spit game and all this other stuff once, they actually got to go and talk to somebody, I mean, bro, you ain't got no mouthpiece and all this other shit if you were here scared to go and talk to somebody, because I remember telling one of the guys, like he should go and talk to her because, he's always talking about how he can spit game and all this stuff. And, he would make excuses. One of the excuses he said, I was like, hey, man, like you should go and talk to her. She's checking you out. Now, she wasn't actually checking him out, but, I'm low key trying to, hype him up and stuff. I was like, she's checking you out. And he was like, man, nah, man, like I'd end up getting fucked up. I'm like, dude, whatever, man. She ain't even like that. But no, I actually think she had a boyfriend that was like a doctor or something like that. So, cause it was kind of, I don't know if it was well known, but like he bought her the car that she was driving like at that time, this Acura or whatever. But anyway, so that was like the main silver lining was that we had decent looking girls. And like any job, especially a job that sucks, a job that you don't really like all that much, a lot of times, at least in my case, what makes a bad job, workable or, able to deal with was if, you had some good looking women, or you had people that you could crack jokes and y'all would be cracking up and, all that stuff. Actually, in one of my later videos, I'll probably talk about when I worked at Kroger. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be my next video. It's going to be one of my later ones. But anyway, Target, I don't know. Target had its pros, but like if I had it over to do again, I probably wouldn't work there again. Just because it's like, not only do you feel like you're overworked once the day gets busy, it's not like a cashier to where your job is mainly, check people out most of the day, and depending on where you work, you probably put away go backs that customers say they didn't want. It's not as straightforward as that. And then they don't want to pay you more. I don't know. It's just, if I had to work at Target, I definitely wouldn't apply to be a car attendant again. As a matter of fact, after that experience, because I had worked at some more retail jobs after that, but after that experience, I never applied to be a car attendant anywhere else. Not Target, not Kroger, not Dick's Sporting Goods, nowhere else. Nowhere else I worked retail. Because I was like, come on now, man. Come on. This is ridiculous. But yeah, shoot. Actually, a few people that I went to school with, they work at Target now. I'm like, man, good luck, man. Because Target will work you. Now, it seems like Walmart's the same way, where they'll have you doing a whole bunch of different shit. But I worked at Walmart, but for me, Target takes the cake. You feel me? Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for now. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.